9 News, live at 5.
Well, I guess it's about that time again. Time to muddle through another winter mess.
First came a blast for the morning commute. Now a second round is upon us just as drivers are trying to make their way home.
WFMZ's Jaccii Farris joins us from Route 100 in Upper Macungie Township, Lehigh County with the story. Jaccii.
Well, we've had kind of a light snow all day long, but that snow has really started to harden and the wind has kicked up. So we've got some sleet in the works. You can tell if you take a look at 100, there's kind of like a slushy kind of coating on the road. Drivers are going slow right now, but once these temperatures go down, it's going to make for a slick commute home. I tell you what, this morning's commute was also a big mess.
Going to Mass this morning, it was really treacherous. When I turned my turn signal to turn onto Applewood Road, the car kept right on going the other way.
For drivers like Ann McGinley, this latest snowfall came faster than expected, delivering an early morning surprise.
I went out at 7 o'clock, there was nothing. When I went out at 8 o'clock, I couldn't believe how much snow we already had.
The snowfall made for a messy commute in some parts.
I heard the main roads were fine, but residential neighborhoods are pretty tough to get out of.
But things started to warm up after the first blast, turning what snow was left on most roads into slush.
I didn't see any wrecks, nobody sliding around. Everybody was driving decent for a change.
After making it through round 1 this morning, many drivers were preparing themselves all day for round 2 this evening. Some truckers weren't taking any chances.
I'm heading home because of the storm coming in.
I'm not looking forward to driving through this, so I'm just going to take my 10 hours off now.
Now, I tell you what, I was talking to someone earlier today, a trucker that says that made a comparison to Pennsylvania to the show Ice Road Truckers, and we'll tell you all about that coming up tonight at 6. But for now, the best advice, stay home and see what the weather's like on 69 News. Live in Upper Macungie Township, Jaccii Farris, 69 News.
Yeah, that's always a good plan.
Yeah.
So let's get a look at the particulars of this storm.
That's right. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Ed Hanna.
Well, thanks, guys, so much. It's good to see you, and I thank you so much for joining us. Updates tonight, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, leading up in between the newscasts, so please tune in. Right off the bat, we have to say, here's the thing. Number one, round 1 had way more moisture than we thought or expected. And number 2 is that it arrived 6 hours before we expected. All the models suggesting that it would arrive around midday today. Got in 6 o'clock in the morning, some cases 5:30. And fact is, that'll do it, obviously. And with the added moisture, we talked about a pretty good thumping this morning in most parts of I'll show you where we are right now as far as accumulation amounts. First, winter storm warning in effect for all counties shaded in blue. Winter weather advisory for the northern tier counties. The northern tier counties right now, you're lucky if you have a ½ inch to 1 inch of snow on the ground. Berks County, 1 to 3 inches. Getting up through the Lehigh Valley, 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inch amounts. Bucks, Montgomery, Chester, you guys, so far the bullseye, 3 to 6 inch amounts on the ground. Some places 6, 7 locally. And then you get down south of Philadelphia, 1 to 3 back into parts of New Jersey. You do have some 4 or 5 inch amounts in New Jersey. Temperatures, very important. Right around the freezing mark, and so treated roadways throughout the afternoon. We just had a bit of snow and a little bit of sleet mixing in. If it comes down hard enough, and get ready, it is about to start to pick back up. Take a look at the satellite Doppler radar. Round 1, you can see making its way up through New England. Round 2 now just on our doorstep. So between now and 7 o'clock, snow overspreads our area. Any wintry mix going back to snow, we're going to see that snow continue, sometimes heavy, but at varying rates up until about midnight. What do we expect total accumulations? We'll break it down. 6-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Ed. Well, be sure to stay tuned to 69 News and the 24-hour AccuWeather channel for the very latest on this storm.
Just check your local listings for the proper channel. And as Ed said, he and his weather team will have live reports at the top of each hour tonight on WFMZ TV from 7 through 9. And be sure to log on to WFMZ.com for the very latest weather conditions, school closings, and much more. All important?
Yes.
AccuWeather forecast.
Here's Ed.
Thanks, guys, so much. Yeah, once again, there's moisture that moved into our area, definitely more moisture than expected, and about 6 hours earlier than expected, giving us a little burst of snow this morning through the morning hours and through the afternoon. Just a bit of snow and a little bit of sleet mixing in. Round 2, though, just getting underway on our doorstep here. Winter storm warning, again, in effect for our southern, well, really, Berks, Lehigh Valley area on south, northern tier counties, winter weather advisory. Temperatures throughout the region close to the freezing mark, but southern counties, we have seen some rain mixing in from Trenton, Philly, back towards Lancaster, just plain rain mixing in. And again, I think once it comes down hard enough, as the intensity picks up, we're going to get everybody's from the northern part of our area right on over to Atlantic City is going to go over to just plain snow. Might take till 7 or 8 o'clock from Philly back over to Atlantic City, but even there, we're going to go over to just plain snow. Take a look. Round number 1 moving in, had a lull through the afternoon. Round number 2, and I got to tell you, this system is not phasing. Northern, southern branches of the jet stream, there's nothing to hold it up, and so it's just going to continue to cruise right along. That said, the center of the circulation right down here over North Carolina, throwing moisture back our way, and again, as it comes down hard enough, it's just going to be plain snow here through the evening at varying rates, probably wrapping up by midnight, but there's nothing to hold this thing up. It's going to cruise right along. So whether it's midnight, 12:30, 1 in the morning, I think certainly you guys in the north and eastern parts of our area likely going to be hanging on to it maybe till 1 or 2. But I certainly think that winter storm warning, it warrants having it in effect until 4 in the morning, even though the precipitation is moving away, because conditions will continue to be pretty nasty. So what we expect here for our forecast, snow falling at varying rates, starting to pick back up now here over the next hour or two, ending around midnight, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. We'll be giving you updates, though, on the hour leading up to news, and certainly stay tuned for that. For slippery travel, no question about that. Things will head downhill. As far as accumulations from the first batch, coating to an inch lesser amounts, 1 to 3 in Berks, 2 to 4, 1 to 3 amounts in parts of the Lehigh Valley. Then you get in the southern tier county, Bucks, Montgomery, Chester. That's where, and into central New Jersey, that's where we're seeing some of the heavier amounts so far. But as far as total accumulations, the 3 to 6 that we were forecasting just shifted that 6-inch line a little further to the north, 6 to 9 inch amounts here for the southern parts of the Lehigh Valley, and then there's going to be a narrow swath of 9+ inches. Then the other side of that 6 to 9 inches. Again, that 6-inch line just going through the Lehigh Valley area. North of that line, 3 to 6. South of that line, 6 to 9. And then a narrow band of 9+ as you get closer to Philadelphia. 25 degrees. So obviously not a lot of melting. Temperatures at the freezing mark. They're only going to slide south from there. Periods of snow, some of it heavy at times. Travel again getting deteriorating as we go through the evening hours. And I think by the time we get to midnight, between midnight, 1, 2 a.m., it's moving away pretty rapidly. 34 degrees, intervals of clouds and sun, but again, with temperatures just marginally getting above the freezing mark, don't expect a lot of melting. 31 degrees Friday. I think the opportunity for a bit of snow or flurries on Friday. A clipper on Saturday could give us maybe an inch or two. Fast-moving clipper system. Stay tuned once we get past this storm. We'll keep you posted on that. Sunday, 29. And look at the temperatures, you guys, as we get end the weekend, get into the work week next week. I mean, you're seeing 35, 36 degrees. That's the normal high. And that's typically cold. But obviously, this colder than normal pattern just continues on. Stay tuned. Updates all night long, so stay with us.
All right.